Hi there, and welcome to this week's angel reading, angel inspirational message. That's what I'm going to call it, because you don't have to only listen this week. You know, I want the messages of the angels to come to you to help you in your life, no matter what the date. So that their messages are very much for this present moment, and they are eternal messages. They're things that make sense. My name's Rachel Skoltok. I'm an angel medium, and I've been doing this for around 15 years, and I've just written my second book, which is My Life with Angels, which is part memoir, but it's also a guide as to how you can connect to and access the healing and wisdom of the angels for yourself. It's something that's really close to my heart. I'm really passionate about, because the angels bring us the divine love, and without it, we struggle. We're on our own. And we tend to feel like we understand ourselves as powerful manifestors, right? We know that our thoughts create our experiences. We forget that all of our thoughts create the sum total of our experiences. But we've learned about how to make a vision board, or how to manifest something by thinking about it, affirming about it, but we don't realize that it's through connecting to the divine source, the creator, the divine spirit, that we successfully manifest what we want, because the divine spirit knows exactly what is right for us and how to get there. And the divine sends us the angels, and the angels are our personal guides. They're our personal bits of the divine, if you like. They're coaches, they're protectors, they're healers, they're teachers. And they bring us the messages of the divine and bring us the healing so that we can move forward and create what we want on our divinely designed life path. The path that is, it's not destiny so much, but it's the highest good. It's the highest good. So if we're not on that path, then very often we kind of can go off into fear. We can go off into negatives. We can go into things that we call mistakes. But actually everything in this beautiful, wonderful world, universe, is created in a way that we always get another opportunity and we get to learn. So we never really make a horrible mistake that we can't learn from, and we're never in a position that we are unloved and we don't have access to God and the angels. So the reading this week is just perfect. I'm so excited. So the first card for you is go forward fearlessly. See how the angel, Archangel Michael, this is in the card, is holding this globe of light. And that represents the divine love. The divine love is the energy that we need to carry with us in order to go forward. Going forward is really important because we can't go backwards. If we go back into our past, we drag it with us. If we're constantly thinking about our past, we think about it, we recreate it. We talk about it, we actually manifest it. Physically, we manifest that experience. So the angels are saying to you that they want you to go ahead, forward from this moment in your life, manifesting without fear, fearlessly. And fear, what comes under the umbrella of fear? Doubt, guilt, judgment, unforgiveness, resentment, hatred, anger, blame, shame, all of those things. That's fear. So the angels are saying to you that they want to purify you and get you to cleanse your mind, your body, your emotions, and your spirit of all of those things, just in case you manifest them again. Well, not even just in case. If you're focusing on them, if they have power over you at this moment, if that's what you're thinking about mostly in your thoughts, is how someone hurt you, if something went wrong, why did this happen? Why didn't I get this when I was younger? Because otherwise I would have. All of those things are just a powerful force inside of you that are dragging you back like a giant bungee rope back into your past, and will recreate again and again. They will manifest the repeat of those things in your life. So you have to be 100% clear. And the only way to do that is to offer it to the angels, to Archangel Michael, the powerful angel of light, to our divine creator, by saying, I'm willing to let this go. So the angels are offering you with this card an opportunity to clear it, to go forward fearlessly. They're saying there are beautiful new manifestations that are ready to be born in your life. You've seen the cards from last week that came up on Instagram and Facebook. There are new beginnings waiting for you, but those new beginnings need to be brand new, not old recreations. And if you keep talking about, thinking about manifesting the stuff from the past, that stuff is just going to manifest again. If you're in a situation right now that is creating pain for you, then you need to pay attention to it. You need to maybe talk about it to a counselor, to a friend, to be able to get yourself out of it, to talk to your angels about it. But other than that, everything needs to be forgiven and released. So here's the perfect card. I said, what is the block this week, Archangel Michael? And this is the card, forgiveness. Forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. The angels see you as a pure and holy child of God. You are divine. You are light. You've done nothing wrong. There'll never be anything that you could do that would make them go, oh, forget it. I'm not going to be around you anymore. They are with you throughout your life. And they see you with purity, with unconditional love. They never roll their eyes at you, promise. So they don't judge because they're not human. They're not holding a human ego. They're not holding in the emotions and the thoughts that we go through. But they're saying that this guilt that you carry, this feeling, these small thoughts you have about yourself and others, this resentment that's sitting in your heart, that is what's blocking you from going forward and having happiness and creating the peaceful, abundant, joyful, loving life relationship that you want. So they're saying, give to us your burdens, give us all of this. And, you know, as expert healers, they understand the law of metaphysics. They see our energy. They see that our thoughts create emotions and our emotions create energy, and that energy swirls in our energy field and then becomes a physical experience. They can pluck it out while it's still a thought and it's still energy. They can cut the cords between you and the people that you've become enmeshed with and remove these situations from your life. But you need to invite them to do so. And you also need to be willing to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. Everything that we do, we can learn from. We tend to not learn, we don't get the wisdom when we're holding the resentment. Have you noticed that? Because that obliterates everything. It's so dark, it creates a horrible wall around you. It opens your energy field for all the other yucky stuff in the universe to come in. So if you're getting lots of psychic attack, negative energy in your field, see it that your aura has like a cut, and that cut is created from unforgiveness and dark thoughts that you've had and judgment and guilt and all of that. It's like it just lets all the infection in, like a wound would. So you've got to fix that up by forgiveness, forgiving yourself and forgiving others. You actually can't forgive yourself and then just hold on to the resentment towards everyone else. That isn't forgiveness. So the full purity. But the angels can help you with that. I know it's hard to do and hard to imagine, and that's because it's not a mental thing. It's an energy thing. It's an attitude. It's a change of mind. The third card is eternal love. You are loved unconditionally. The purest, most unconditional, infinite love that never changes. It's always a beautiful stream of light. Never, ever changes from God and your angels. Human love, of course, changes because we get fear, we get guilty, we get negative energy come in, and it sort of blocks the love. You can't have love and fear in the same space at the same time. So, you know, whether you're training a puppy or you're starting a new relationship or you're starting a new job, if you start to bring your judgment and resentment and all of your negatives to that by speaking about them, you're actually infecting that relationship because that love can't stay there if there's all that other stuff there. So it's like dark and light. You can't have them both in the same place at the same time. The angels are saying that you are unconditionally loved. There's nothing that you could do that would change that. And when they help you to see that, you will start to change your mind. So they're asking you to start to perceive the love that's in the world. Gratitude is a great way to do that. I look at the great things that I've got in my life rather than the things that I don't have. Look at all the times when I've been loved rather than all the times when I haven't been loved. You know, start to change your mind. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You lift yourself to that high vibration where you're walking your path with God and the angels instead of being on your own and feeling like everything's against you. Everything changes because you're walking the path of love, not fear. You're walking the path of knowing that you are divinely connected. You have to sometimes reach out for that love. You have to accept it, I think is the word. Most people kind of don't accept it fully into themselves. When you accept it, it becomes you, and you start to see the world differently, and the angels will help you to do that, so that they change your mind, change your thoughts, change the way you feel. That's going to change everything. You can only manifest with the building blocks of love. You can't manifest with the building blocks of fear. The outcome is yippee-yay. Decide to be happy now. Decide to be happy now. It's a decision. Now, you can't decide to be happy when you're living in fear and resentment, right? Right at the beginning of the reading. If you're in the fear and resentment, if you're carrying that stuff, happiness can't be in that space at the same time. You have to give that up so that you can be happy. The angels in this reading have given us the keys to happiness. It's about your mind. It's about your thoughts. It's about the words that you speak. When you speak loving words, you create more peace around you. When you speak about your resentments and your hatreds and your judgments, that's like pouring petrol on a fire. I've got so many stories in my book about how speaking and thinking differently changed everything in a certain situation for me, and how it changes with healing too. People heal when they start to change their thoughts. The angels can heal your health, your abundance, your love life, your career, everything in your life when you start to change these things. So decide to be happy now. That's what you can do, is accept happiness when you follow those keys. So from my heart to yours, have a wonderful week. Ask the angels for help with everything. And I'm sending you lots of divine love. And have a great week.